Kelsey. We usually do this outside with the other camera in front of the truck, but in this case, the wind's blowing way too hard. And I'm not sure we need to even do that. We'll just open our show in here.
I don't think you guys will be able to see us with all the dust blowing around.
Yeah, now you'll just see us bouncing around in here. So this is that famous ZR2 they had back 10 years ago with the S. They got extra spooling, extra valves, floating pistons, all that stuff.
Okay, so this brake controller right here, you can't see it while you're driving. I literally have to move out.
Yeah, it's right behind the steering wheel. That is so weird.
Right
they would
here.
do that. Yeah, you have to actually tip your head like that to get near it.
And by that point, I mean, you either got to go above or to the side, and the door blocks it, so you really can't see it while you're driving. Right.
Now this does have power seat except for the back of it. Yeah. Cool.
And then your off-road button is the center of the knob.
Yeah, and that's another thing. It's the same size as the light one.
Yep.
So you got to make sure
you're not
know
turning
what
your
you're
lights
turning
off
on before you play with it. But yeah, that's cool. Okay. Now that is
traction control.
Traction control.
Rear diff.
Rear diff lock.
Front diff lock.
Okay.
Hazards, trailer brake, tow haul mode. But that's that hill descent that was working wonderfully.
Okay.
And it's one of the only ones that doesn't have the light that turns on when it's on, because the light is on the dash.
Yeah, yeah. Well, that's cool. And that's, you toggled back and forth between the front locker and the hill descent as we kind of went up and down. That was awesome. That's very usable. I like this. I actually like the dash controls. I like knobs.
The knobs are rubbery.
Yeah, and that's a fan knob. Something like Ford puts these darn toggle switches, and you can't hold your finger on and bounce down the road. But anyway,
and the radio is touchscreen too.
Yeah, it's a big screen. Well, that's awesome. This is too cool.
Front heated and cooled seats.
Yeah, it's a luxury model. This is pretty well loaded. Well, cool, Kelsey. How much room do you have back there?
Well, I'm gonna step and hop and a jump to get in.
Yeah.
Actually, there's a decent amount of room back here as long as you have a short driver.
Yeah, because you push that seat forward and give you some knee room.
Yep.
And then your thighs, you're just a little bit in the air there.
A little bit in the air, but
you got plenty of headroom.
By the time you get to the middle seat, they've got a hump in the floorboard, so you're way off the seats. Your thighs are off the seats, and
that drives me nuts having my knees in the air like that.
There's not really very much room.
Yeah, that's where the youngsters would go, and then the adults would go on the outside. And I suppose with this front seat forward, I could probably sit back there for a couple hours, but I like to stretch out. That's just kind of how it is. But I mean, this is a family vehicle. If you've got youngsters, nothing wrong with that.
And manual back window.
Yeah, that's okay. Sometimes that's kind of fun. Get some fresh air in there.
Seat must fold
that can give you a neck ache if you leave that down and run into it. Yeah.
The seat must fold flat.
It probably does. Yeah, and that seat gets out of the way for visibility too. When your driver, a lot of times those back headrests are in the way. So I'm sure that's why they did that. Well, that's cool. You got some storage under the seat.
Some storage under the seat too.
Yeah. Maybe. They got a fancy thing. Is the seatbelt holding it down, or
no.
I can't tell what it is.
There's not a.
Huh.
All right, it's windy.
Yeah. So there's some magic lever that flips that up. Oh, there you go.
There we go.
Found the magic lever. That's got a decent little storage pocket. You got your jack and spare tire thing. Yeah. It's okay. You can get your 45s in there. That works. Cool.
It is a jump to get in.
Yeah, that 2-inch lift makes it up, and then you don't really have a running board. You have a rock rail.
The rock rail you can't stand on because it's inch and a quarter tubing. So.
Yeah, there you go. Cool. Awesome.
It's a nice pickup.
Yeah. Oh, I love these mountains. This is on the way backside of Estes Park. The only cargo we're hauling is a motorcycle. The ZR2 is the big off-road truck. You know, I kind of think of it as a mini Raptor, a mid-size Raptor, but it has a lot of similar characteristics. It has those special shocks on there, the multi-valve, floating piston, all that, so it can automatically change how much oil pressure, how much dampening you get. So it's pretty awesome.
It also has the cut bumper too, like the Raptor.
Yeah, the front bumper, that's always been a problem on these GMs, is that really all trucks now have that big lip on the front that's supposed to help you with fuel mileage, that deflector. And, you know, you rock climb or you go through anything really tough,
it off.
It always knocks that off, or hits it or scratches it or breaks it or cracks it. But on this one, they thought all that through, because this is an off-road truck. It's a 2-inch lift, and so the front end is got a nice approach angle. You got a big skid plate on the front. It's got a skid plate on the transmission. I always thought it'd have a little more body armor than it does. But yeah, and it's 3.5. I think it's 3.5 inches wider than it was. It's like the old ZR2s that you used to see, 10 years ago on the S10. They had that wider axle, fender flares. Those are hard to find. I've been trying to find one on Craigslist to buy as a project truck, but they're, even the ones that are just totally wore out and shot and totaled out are hard to buy. But this should sell very well. So Chevy, because now they have a really true off-roader in their fleet. And these are fun. It's got a little rock rail underneath the doors, so you don't scrape it on all the stuff you might hit. You came up here and play with ATVs, so now I can just take one of these, take the whole family, go ATV and 4-wheeling, rock climbing, mud slinging. Horse seal seem a little taller, but almost like a unibody, but this is definitely a body on a frame. So how's it handling that wider traction? Make it better on the road too.
Doing wonderful. Turns nicely. It goes.
Yeah, normally I tow trailers with everything, and this one has a brake controller. It's all set up for that.
Yeah.
But this time I want to go off-roading and go climb some rocks. So we do that too. But that's why probably my only complaint on this truck is the brake controller is hidden behind the steering wheel.
It really is. And I can't even safely look to see where the brake controller is at.
Yeah, not when you're driving. You got to know where it's at beforehand, because, I always liked it on the right side, but Chevy just decided they won't do it. So they put on the left. On the full-size trucks, it's up high. You can see it. It's usable. But on this puppy, if you don't know where it's at before you look for it, you can fly off the road. So I don't know. I guess that's something you got to do. Make sure you know where it's at and get used to playing with the gain and the manual control on it. So if you need it, you can get to it without having to look for it or feel for it. It's a cool crew cab.
It's really nice.
It's got a 5-foot bed. I got that Yamaha 200 trail bike back there, and corner to corner it fit. I was kind of surprised. Got it tied in, but so you can take this up in the mountains, and I can put my mid-size 4-wheeler, my Kawasaki will fit in this too. So I can take my ATV or a motorcycle or 2 motorcycles. That way you can go further, climbing the rocks. The aspens are about all turned. We got plenty of evergreens up here.
Those corners are really nice.
Yeah. This V6, 3.6 V6 with an 8-speed automatic. That's awesome. I like lots of gears.
You got the manual shift. You got.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it does. And it's on. You just flip the switch on the side of the shifter to change gears. You don't have to put it in manual mode or anything like that. Boy, these trees, are they going to fall?
They're going to fall over in front of us.
Yeah, that's blowing hard.
It is a windy day outside, everyone, and this truck is handling.
Yeah, well, we're pretty close to our turnoff, aren't we?
We are. I would have thought, well, it's a littler truck, but it's not been blown around. It's handling great.
Well, with this being a mid-size, we got to be able to go up any trail. It's not like a full-size truck where you got to pick your route through the trees.
This one should fit anywhere.
Yeah, and this has got front and rear locker, which is a big deal. That front locker just changes night and day from what you can crawl or what you can get into with one of these. I'm so happy they've got that. It's got hill descent. Oh, it's a bunt school. You can call it Bryce. It's bunts.
Yep.
Oh, there we go. My first big hole. Actually, we can get up here. I'm going to put that back
rides like a boat.
Yeah, and
Kind of rides like a boat.
we probably could deflate the tires somewhat, but and I know you like to off-road fast, so I'm gonna.
You're gonna make me slow down?
Yeah. We're climbing some big rocks on a good rock trail up here, almost Estes.
Jeep coming in.
It's up here with Jeeps all over the place, four-wheelers side by sides. But this thing, what's really remarkable, besides all that being wider and taller and those special shocks, is the fact that it's got a front locker. It's got a rear locker. You engage it, which is what I like. I don't like aluminum slip clutches as much as I do just a locker. And that's what this has. And a front locker. And then hill descent. You did really well back there where you switched from front locker to hill descent. And this has been a fun truck. It's got some great off-road tires.
It does.
So it's made. And we got a motorcycle in the back in case we totally get lost. We can take the motorcycle somewhere. But anyway, that's what this truck is. This is an off-road fun truck. It's like a giant side-by-side. And it's got a 5-foot bed, so I was able to stick that 200 Yamaha trail riding truck. It's TW, which I think is Trailway. Anyway, so Kelsey, how much? This is a V6, 3.6, and an 8-speed automatic. 342 on the final drive, so we can tow trailers with. It's got a brake controller. It's got all that. If you can ever see the brake controller.
Gotta find it first. You definitely gotta find it before you're driving.
So how much horsepower do we have, Kelsey?
This has 308 horsepower to 275 foot-pounds of torque. So it'll go wherever you need it to go.
Yeah, and it's a fast little varmint. And got manual shift if you want to use that. I've done that on the Ike with TFL, and it will control you there. But this is, like now we're floating over some of these whoop-de-doos, whatever they call them.
Little moguls.
Moguls?
Little moguls.
Yeah.
I'd say they're little moguls.
Yeah, this is fun. It's amazing that this is like $3,000 cheaper than a
diesel.
Well, it's probably $4,000 cheaper than a diesel, but the Toyota TRD Pro Tacoma is $3,000 higher than this.
What features are different?
Well, this has locker. That one doesn't. This is, the seat's up higher off the ground. I fit this one better. And it has a more powerful V6, 8-speed automatic. The Toyota Tacoma has a 6-speed automatic. So, I know Toyota's got a great name, and it's made for its reputation for being able to last forever. But I really like this Colorado ZR2. This is an awesome truck. I might want to buy one of these with a diesel in it, just because. But this one is too cool. Just came out this year. This is a 17.
And it's got a nice slick black interior, gray stitching.
Yeah, it's got the look.
Screen.
It's got the little rock rail under the doors. It's
definitely a
awesome.
rock rail. It's not a side step.
You can't step on
it.
Nope. All right, here's a good drop off.
Here it is.
That's what we've been doing all day, dropping off the mountains and climbing up the rocks, tilting our heads. Kelsey knows what she's doing.
Having a little bit of fun. I found the off-road mode.
Oh, there's an off-road mode.
Yeah, there's an off-road mode.
Where's it at?
It's hiding.
Oh, and it says off-road. I wonder what that does.
I don't know, but I can turn it back on.
Yeah, we'll turn it back on. We got it on.
I've got it on.
Okay.
And it shows a little mountain and an off-road trail on my little screen.
Okay.
My gauge cluster screen.
Well, cool. Now, do you want to lock in the differentials?
We can.
Okay, that's these two
We
buttons.
got two front, we got one front and one rear.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll let me.
See what that does.
It doesn't tell me anything, actually.
And you have it four-wheel drive?
No, we have to four-wheel drive.
Four-wheel drive. I don't know if it'll work in four-wheel drive. Oh, that's fine.
You can only do low for the front walker.
Oh, cool. Well, that makes sense.
But it doesn't tell me where.
So, you may have to put it in neutral to get the front, to get the low range in.
Four-wheel drive shift in progress.
Okay, there we go.
Stabitrack is off.
Yeah, that's
We
right.
have no stabilizers now.
Right.
Gonna-
That's for sway, sway control for the vehicle. Okay, so look at that. We got lights on down there. Cool.
So our traction control automatically turns off.
Yeah, all that stuff for
With the
helping on
off-road
highway.
mode.
Cool, now I'm going to go climb some rocks. See, now I got your low range. You can't go fast. Oh, fix you yet. Can't be scared every time I drive with you off-road. You had that Lexus all over the place. I thought, oh my gosh. But you're good at what you do. You just I off-road slow because I'm an old man. You off-road fast because you're a young woman. This trail has a bunch of rocks. There's one place, you know, with the Lexus, we went over some really cool rocks.
Go up instead of down. Taking all of those rocks.
So the 2-inch lift should help us. The wider track should help us. I know the limited slip on the front axle is going to help us. We can go anywhere. So if we see a coyote, you just go after.
Just go after him through the trees.
If you see a bear, I don't know, maybe we should go
run away.
You know, all the years I've been up here, I have seen moose, deer, antelope, elk, everything, but I've never seen a bear up here. And I'm 60 years old, born in Colorado, and I've not seen a bear. All right, look at all these guys out playing for 4 wheelers. Yep, a couple of hundred side-by-sides. These guys are renting them out as fast as they can. We're getting to the end of the season, they better go start getting some use. Boy, they got those tuggings on their tires, touching tires. All right, here's some cool rocks. Well, this should be a good test. This is some deep holes. You can pick your own line, or if you want to climb over the top of the rocks, it's whatever floats your boat. Holy cow! Yeah, this is cool. You know, this is even nicer than my ATVs, my 4-wheeler.
The cushy seat.
Yeah, I got seat belts inside the cab.
Sometimes those are important when I'm driving.
Yeah, Razors have that, but ATVs don't. You want to get off the thing if you're flying down the mountain. You don't want to get stuck on it. Well, this is cool. That's how you can get. This is how you get the spouse talking to buy one of these.
Yeah.
See, they take the whole family off road, and so the payment's not such a big deal. And it is fun. You get up here with nature, you get to see the wild animals. Even a few of these ones with horns.
You get to go through all these holes, climb some rocks.
Yep. So we could turn the heat down a little since we're polluting the slope. This is good. I gotta remember how to this is no rain. You can't scare me.
I can push it. Yeah. See how fast we can go?
Yeah. I remember that rock.
Do you know?
Yep, I do. We get up here somewhere, we'll find us a spot, maybe on the way down. Try to do an open. Look, the trees aren't really blowing much up here. Oh, right, look at these rocks. I hope that camera can see these, because these are cool. This is a moderate trail, according to the trail guide.
Okay. Moderate. This is a beginner's trail.
Yeah, well,
this is just to get in it.
You think so? I don't know. I think this is a moderate trail. Of course, the moderate trails can get pretty severe. The severe ones are like insane, and the easy ones are just roads.
Gonna let all these side-by-sides go through.
Yeah. Someday we'll probably end up with one of those, as much as I like mine. Those ride a little softer.
It's gonna start beeping at you here in a second.
Oh, probably. Oh, look at that out the front window. Now it's in hill descent now?
It is in hill descent. I'm not touching the brakes.
Oh, that's awesome. That's pretty good control in low range. You're just kind of putting down the hill. Now, some of these on General Motors, you can use the cruise control plus or minus to speed or slow you up. I don't know if that works in hill descent, but I've been in Colorado before where that's how that worked. Holy cow. I'm trying to get a review of the dash and how much we're moving around compared to the trail. Not too steady.
It's kind of bumpy.
Yes. Oh, goodness. We gotta see side by side on our trail. What are they thinking? There's a bunch of them. They're thick like flies. We gotta remember them in these shocks. They are called multi-manic dynamic suspension spool valve.
Oh.
Dampening technology. That's what it is. It's about moving that oil around, having plenty of reservoir so it doesn't get hot, and then let it adjust for how you're driving as how much oil is behind the piston, and then there's a floating piston, and there's a whole bunch of reservoirs. Complicated stuff. But it makes all the difference in the world with how the ride is. Well, there are some big holes up here.
Yep, end of the season.
Yep. This doesn't wash out the middle. Some of these trails, are gravel, and they'll have a big old crevice in the middle, and they help stick old trees in there to try to help you, and then you got to deal with climbing over trees. Yeah. All of that stuff. This is a 342 rear end, which is GM's their most popular rear end for mid-size and half-ton trucks. You can't get 373 to get to their heavy duties. But, yowzer. So this is going to be your first year at SEMA.
This is our first year at SEMA.
That's awesome. SEMA can be a lot of fun. There's so much to see. That's what it is.
I can't wait.
So it's like 5.5 feet wide.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty narrow.
It feels narrow. It really does.
Yeah.
On the inside.
And the curb weight on this is 4734. So that's not
Nice
heavy. It's
nice
probably
and
close to a Wrangler. Maybe a little heavier. And the GVW, that's the truck with a payload in it, 6,000 pounds. Payload's 1,100 pounds. And trailer capacity is 5,000 pounds. Oh, I remember these rocks. These are cool rocks. These trenches coming through here. This is pretty cool. I haven't heard us hit any rocks or anything.
No, we haven't hit anything.
So this is nice.
Haven't bottomed out, haven't.
I was really thinking about this would be a great vehicle to buy just to go have fun with it, and you can still drive it every day.
You could.
Yeah, I'm so tickled to put a front locker on here. It's just, now there's some cool. Oh yeah, well, what? That's a giant hole up there. What do you think? I know you're doing good here. This is a pretty bad hole, but oh, you can go around that.
I can go around, yeah.
Good, because I thought, holy cow!
We'll make it. Don't worry.
The whole truck will fit in that hole.
We'll make it.
Because I've done that with a 4-wheeler, and that one is a tough one. Oh yeah. Holy
There's always
cow.
a way around up here.
Yes. Yes. Well, this is cool. All in the comfort of your cozy.
Yeah.
You got radio,
radio.
air conditioning. Man, I tell you, this is better than those ATVs. This is better than the side-by-sides. They get all dusty and dirty, and you don't have to wear helmets.
Well, we might.
Maybe we should get some helmets.
Depends on how far we go up, because it only gets worse.
Roll down the hill, helmets might come in handy.
That's what those 6 airbags are for.
Oh, that's right.
Because there's 6
yes.
here.
Airbags all over the place.
Mm-hmm. 3 on a side.
Yeah, this is a good trail. I didn't know if that was going to be too much for this, but obviously not. The ZR2 is made to off-road. Yeah. It doesn't have quite the clearance this does.
No, it does not.
Wow.
Do you go with the steep one, or do you want to go with the little one?
Well, as long as you think we got clearance. Of course, you can climb on top of the rocks, with the tires, and give us a little more clearance. You don't want to run it down the middle. But you know what you're doing. Pick your line and climb these boulders. I'll have to get pictures of that. You climb up the top of the rock. And, man, oh, macro. That's a pretty good ravine through there. The side, I came around for this rounded rock. I think it's rounded on the other side, too. It's like a bunch of water must have came through here at one time. 1,000 million years ago. But I don't know if you can turn that corner.
I'm not going to be able to make it up and around
Okay.
right there. So I've got to cut it right here. This is definitely more for like a side-by-side.
Wow. Well, that's pretty impressive. I didn't hear anything hit there.
Nothing.
I got to jump out before we come down that one. It's not like that. Or is this the end of the trail?
This is, so there's a turnaround spot up here.
Okay.
We didn't make it this far up with the Lexus.
Yeah. Oh, you need a mountain goat like the ZR2.
You need to be a little bit taller, too.
Yeah. Yeah, that would be ideal. We have a 4-inch lift on some of this, but we haven't hit rocks with the skid
No.
plates, so I don't see oil falling behind us. So
We don't have a trail yet.
well, we're doing good.
And it really hasn't had a single problem.
No, it hasn't. And cool, we can try out that hill descent going down. Because remember in that Lexus, we finally found it, but we were sliding down the hill because there was a lot of mountains and ice, and we couldn't get the thing to stop. So we finally found hill descent, and then we were all under control and
Here's
happy
your
again.
turnaround.
Yeah.
This is our campsite.
Oh yeah, cool. One of these. Is this the trail that has that engine off the aircraft? The airplane?
It actually you can get there from this one, and you go down that one, and then when it splits, you take a left, and it'll go up to the engine and the aircraft, and then there's a waterfall lake up there too. It's gorgeous.
Well, are you gonna turn around before this? What do you think?
I think we'll make it.
Guess we got rock rails we can slide down. Oh, look at that. Four-wheelers. Just a bunch of gun-ho four-wheelers. It's ATV guys there.
He's just going for it.
Wow, this is just so cool.
He's just having a good old time too.
Yeah.
Look, this is a circle right out. We can keep going.
Well,
I wouldn't mind.
well,
It's pretty fun.
yeah, it is.
A little slower than my liking, but
Yeah, I know. You'd be off the ground half the time jumping.
yeah.
My voice would change. Do that stuff, you gotta have proper athletic equipment. Kelsey, is it fun climbing rocks with the ZR2?
It's really fun. It's actually really comfortable and does everything it's supposed to do.
Well, you're doing good. You go between front locker and hill descent, coming up and going down. You figured all that out.
As easy as pushing the buttons on the below the dash. It's super easy.
Awesome. Alrighty, coming down the hill, we just climbed a bunch of rocks, went through some big holes, and saw what this puppy would do with the front and rear locker. It was great going up these rocks and going down the hill. The hill descent was great. It was a very controllable ride. Nothing got too scary.
No.
And I didn't lose my bladder or nothing bouncing around these rocks, so we're doing good. This puppy here is the loaded ZR2 Colorado, and it is...
Where are we at price point?
Price point. Okay, $43,560.
Okay.
So that's it's a few dollars, but this is quite a machine. And this has got the ZR2 specs. Gives you the off-road appearance package, the differential driver selectable, full locking front, same for the rear, electric 2-speed transfer case. The tires are all terrain. These are Goodyear Wranglers, and they actually got a good bite to them. They got sipes in them and everything. Yeah, looks like it's a 17-inch wheel, including the spare. And that rocker protection we see under the door. The dealers have to install that. That's wild. And a trailer and equipment package. Yeah, the old train. Of course, this is the Bose stereo system. That 8-inch touchscreen is really nice. In the middle, that's about the right size. Good size for backup cameras and a lot of that stuff.
Well, this backup camera you can see a lot in.
Yeah, and they're good. And this, goodness, side crash is a 5-star. It's a 4-star overall.
He's a 3-star rollover, isn't it? Or is it a 4?
Yeah, it is. Rollover's 3. Yeah, you read everything.
Safe.
Remember all that stuff. Wish I could remember stuff anymore.
It's pretty safe to go play with.
Yeah. So the combined is 17 miles per gallon, 16 in the city, 18 on the highway. So it's, you lose a little bit of fuel mileage by not going with the regular Colorado because it has the wider tires, a wider axle, a little more weight. So it naturally is going to take a little more fuel. But at 18, it beats my truck, my full-size truck. So, short bed crew cab, short bed. Just trying to think of what else is really unique on this puppy.
The hood's new.
The heated seats. Yeah, the hood's got that, almost like a hood scoop, like the ones a lot of people have where the wind bounces off the windshield, but it's all for looks. Like the Toyota, the Tacoma, it's got a hood scoop for looks. It seems to be a thing. I would like to have real hoods. Well, of course, GM's full line now
Does have an actual
does
scoop.
have a real scoop. Those diesels, the Duramax. That's pretty cool, but this is a fun truck. It handles well. It's very smooth on the highway, and that's what those shocks do for you. They adjust the terrain. So if you need more movement, if you need more dampening, it'll do that. If you need a softer ride, it'll do that.
It leans nice. It rides nice. It's well-rounded truck, minus the trailer brake.
Yeah, the trailer brake controller, being where you can't see, it's about the biggest flaw it has, but it's...
Everything else does wonderfully.
Yeah, it does. I mean, we've got a motorcycle in the back, so we're able to do what we wanted to do for our test.
Yeah, but you can haul a little camper with it if needed. And
yeah, 5,000 pounds is what it's rated at. And that's, that's what a lot of these little trailers are. A lot of boats are 5,000 pounds, and it's my green trailer that I haul 2 4-wheelers in, it's about 3,000 pounds.
okay.
So all these recreational things that we do, this truck will handle it, which is what we like.
It's compact enough to drive in busy cities and you still have a bed.
Yeah, and that's the thing, parking is so bad now, whether it's a mall or whether it's anywhere, having a mid-sized truck like this is a lot easier to park. Even at Walmart, where I hang out a lot.
Walmart?
Yeah, Walmart, McDonald's, those are my favorite places. I just hang out all the time. So we'll see you next time.
Bye, guys.
And Kelsey's going to SEMA this year, so we'll see her in some videos. It's awesome.
And we got tons of pickup truck questions, right?
Right. Where do we go for the answers?
We go to the Truck Nuts book.
Because we're truck nuts. And we wrote the book, Truck Nuts. We're nuts about truck, the ultimate guide to buying a truck, or to looking at a truck, or judging a truck. Whether it's diesel versus gas, new versus used, what your teenagers should learn about trucks, all that. You do all kinds of cool tests.
Yeah, we do a lot of testing. We do the iGauntlet, world's toughest towing test, up the mountain and down the mountain. We do MPG testing on the highway, loaded with trailers.
Yeah.
We do off-road testing. A lot of that data is in this book as well, and it's a one-stop shop for truck information.
That's true. We test trucks, maximum capacity, up to biggest grades you can do on the interstate.
Yep.
So we really put them to the test. And, you can get all the facts you can't find anywhere else. We do MPG tests, which you can't find on any sticker anywhere. So, all that stuff that you can't find is in the book.
And you can find the book at trucknutsbook.com. There are links to Amazon, Barnes & Noble, and all the other bookstores as well.
So read about your truck nuts.